Hello, friends. It's Dr. Ben here. Welcome to another Wisdom Wednesday episode of the Alter Your Health podcast. I am flying solo on this week's episode. I know Dr. Susanna will be back. But this week, I'm talking about limiting thoughts, limiting thinking, maybe otherwise known as limiting beliefs, which I guess are just kind of like ingrained thoughts that become beliefs. That's my understanding, at least. So I want to bring up this idea that they're always with us. They're camouflaged. That's the title of today's episode: camouflaged limiting thoughts. And I guess the intention is to bring light to limiting thoughts, to be able to see the camouflaged limiting thoughts, knowing that there will be more camouflaged limiting thoughts kind of lurking in the shadows, because that's the nature of limiting thoughts. That's the nature of human perception. In fact, we're only able to see what we see, and from where we sit or stand in any moment, our point of view is limited based on, physically our two eyes and our senses, but maybe metaphysically, our point of view and our perception is limited based on our past programming, our conditioning, what we hold to be possible. And sometimes when I'm thinking about these limiting thoughts, I'm just considering the like like the story or the movie of, is it the Truman Show, where he's living within like a bubble, and he's living in this world that's very much contained, and he feels like he's in this big wide world, and like there's so much happening, but actually there's like walls around him, and he's in this dome. um, but for his whole life, he's lived and thought as if he's in this limitless world. And I think that I love that movie. It's kind of weird and creepy and awkward and at times, but I love the idea of considering the walls that we build, the walls that we create, and the dome in which we live. Because I think that of regardless of our best efforts, we still have these kind of limiting thoughts. And again, an intention might be to just push up against them and to get curious about them, and to consider the possibilities of first that they exist. And it's like, okay, I have my life is, formed by these limiting thoughts, and what is out there? Can I push up against it? Can I kind of expand my horizons? Can I break down these perceived barriers? Can I experience more from life? Can I experience or break these habits? Can I break free from this program? And the answer is always yes, because because the nature of the limitation of our human thinking, and the possibility that we always have to expand beyond our humanness and identify more with our true essence, our soul nature, or our true nature, our soul essence. I guess it rings well the other way as well. Our true essence, our soul nature. I like that. But again, we have to just embrace our humanity as well, knowing that we do, for whatever reason. I think there are many reasons that we have a tendency to create these limiting thoughts. Because I don't know I'm just kind of, rambling now because I don't have Susanna to keep me on track. But if I were to just consider a world in which I allowed my mind to run completely freely, completely unhinged, and to just go wild, to just go absolutely wild, then I'm again, I'm just thinking, just brainstorming here. Like, where would I be? What would I be doing? Would I be able to also ground myself in my physical world reality life and get shit done? Or would I be totally like a space cadet, totally kind of sporadic. And I think that to some degree that would happen, but also because I'm a human being and because I'm in physical form, there's this balance and groundedness. And I guess this is what people talk about when they're discussing, just the duality of yin and yang energies, and kind of expansive and constrictive energies and forces. And I think it's just, again, so helpful to know our human nature and also get curious about our spiritual nature, about what is infinitely possible. And it's cool to me to live there. It's cool to me to live more in the realm of infinite possibilities, because one, it's just kind of exciting to think like, oh, I don't even know what I don't know. And two, I feel like it's a constant mental, I don't think mental is the right word, but a constant exercise of consciousness, where I'm able to just kind of allow my thoughts to dissolve a little bit, allow the formation of the thoughts to become a little bit more formless, and to see through the facade and the structure that they tend to take in my life, and to see more of the truth. Um, so yeah, I guess this is an invitation to get curious, to consider what limiting thoughts are, because it's not a matter of if. Like, limiting thoughts are in all of our realities, and guiding and not guiding, but controlling the degree to which we experience. Like, our experience is based on our thoughts, and our thoughts are limited. So it's like we're driving a car, and we've got, is it a governor that only allows us to go up until a certain speed? It's like we are governing or controlling our life, and bringing, again, awareness to the degree to which we do that, we allow ourselves to be governed. It's not to say, again, that we need to completely unhinge ourselves and allow ourselves to run wild and free, even though that's fun to do at times. It's fun to consider at times, but also just being more mindful and aware of that tendency to govern ourselves and to control our thinking, and to also be limited by our thinking. And I guess, just in closing here, um, it's a great, it's a really expansive, for me, like, there's such an expansive feeling that comes from considering what, like, everything I don't know. And I think that there are some quotes that bring to light, like, the more you study, the more you know, the more you realize what you don't know. Like, so the more you understand one thing, the more you realize that there's so much out there in any realm of science, of physics, of spirituality, of medicine, of anthropology, of ecology. The more you know, the more you realize that you don't know. And what that means to me is that we are always given this opportunity to be humbled, to bring more humility into our lives, and to just live in that realm of infinite possibilities. And again, it comes to me, at least, and I'm curious to know your feeling over there on the other side, but to me, it comes with a lot of hope, a lot of peace, a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm, and sure, maybe a lot of, from time to time, some overwhelm, like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do? Um, but at the same time, for me, that those moments of overwhelm, anxiety, whatever, call it what you will, are met with peace, met with excitement and enthusiasm. So that's the intention, is to be in that space, to be in that awareness of the limitation of our thinking, the inherent limitation of our thinking, and to stay open and curious about infinite possibilities. And just lastly, I know I think I already said in closing, but lastly, I think practically this whole idea of infinite possibilities can be really helpful in the context. Understanding this idea of infinite possibilities can be really helpful in the context of creating new habits and creating a life that serves us, whether it's nutritional habits or other lifestyle habits or practices, or journaling or writing or learning a new skill. Because if we consider that, like, our limiting thinking, it's just a habit. It's just a habit. Like, we think the same thoughts, and again, more science and statistics here, but you think the same thoughts, like 99% of the thoughts that you think are the same thoughts you've thought before. So our thinking and the limitation of our thinking is so habitual. So if we carry this expansion and this opportunity to break free from the limitation of our thinking and to identify these camouflaged limiting thoughts and be more aware of them, then we can also experience more freedom when it comes to creating physical world reality habits concerning nutrition, lifestyle, other things. Because of course we know that our behaviors, our choices, the actions that we take are stemming from our state of mind, or the thoughts that we hold, or the limiting thoughts that we might hold in a moment. So that's all I've got for you here today. Again, sorry it's just me blabbering on today's Wisdom Wednesday, but it's great to connect with you as always. And just a reminder for anyone tuning in, anyone listening, anyone stumbling across this, if you'd like to engage in these conversations on a regular basis, we love our Peace on Earth community, a weekly call that happens through Alter Health. You can learn more at www.alter.health/peace on earth. And if you have any other feedback, any other anything else to share, feel free to reach out, comment, shoot us an email, and we're here for you. So sending you all blessings of peace and love, and look forward to seeing you next week, hopefully with Dr. Susanna. Bye for now.